Hi everybody, hope you're having an awesome Monday. I wanted to introduce to you the Werner Paddles Zen paddle that is perfect for SUP yoga, and I will demonstrate that in just a moment here. But first I want to show you the paddle. Alright, in and out of internet, so I'm going to try to do this as best I can. But these are the three color options. They have this really beautiful dual-sided gradient color, so you can see it's just as vibrant on each side. All right, I think I'm back. So this is the non-power face, or the front of the paddle. And then if you flip it to the power face, or the back of the paddle, you can see it's just as vibrant on each side. So it comes in this really beautiful light blue to royal gradient. And then we have a coral color. And then this really pretty green to blue color as well. These paddle blades are made with performance fiberglass. And they have a double dihedral, which is this little bump here on each side. And that is so that you get smooth and even water flow off of each side of the paddle, making your paddle stroke nice and easy and effortless. The shaft is carbon, which makes it super light weight, and it has a really nice grip here. Show you that. I think it's the most comfortable grip that's out there. It allows you to have a looser grip, which is really important in conserving energy and decreasing fatigue. Also prevents any of those overuse injuries. And I'm going to hand this over to my dad, who's going to help me video so I can show you how this adjustable paddle is super easy to adjust. Hey Kristen, thanks for joining. I'm going to grab that. All right, so it's often very confusing, especially for first-time or beginner paddlers, and how to size your paddle. There's lots of facts that you might find on the internet that makes it even harder, such as this many inches over your head, or it should come to a certain place on your hand or your forearm. So what's really cool about this Zen paddle from Werner is that they've taken all of the guessing out of it. I'll show you that by turning the paddle around. They have this really easy lever lock system. So on the back of the paddle handle, you just flip the lever open and then you pull it out. And as you can see here, it shows you the height. So you can go by centimeters or feet. And so for instance, I'm 5'2", so I would move it to the 5'2" mark, and then you take the center line and you line it up in this little viewing window. So I'll go to 5'2". Some may argue that I am not 5'2", but and then you just pop this lock back in place and you're ready to go at the height that's just right for you. So this does go from 5 feet to 6'4", so it does get a really wide range of all types of heights of different paddlers. And what's cool about it adjusting is it makes it easy for different uses. So for instance, I like a shorter paddle when I surf, or if I'm going in a higher cadence, like maybe in some wind. And then I like a longer paddle if I'm paddling just leisurely. Sometimes in my SUP yoga practice, I change the height of the paddle too, because I use it as a prop. So it being really easy to adjust is really nice. And it's also good for sharing. So if you have just one board or one paddle, you can easily adjust the height for anybody that's sharing it. So without further ado, I wanted to tell you a couple more things. So here, I'll take this back, Dad. So this type of paddle shape, this longer rectangular shape here, is really great. It's for higher cadence paddling. And what that means is that you can dip the blade into the water and pull back at a faster, higher rate, without it fatiguing your shoulders. So the surface area here is going to be less in the water, so it's going to be less resistance for you, giving you a nice efficient paddle stroke that saves your energy. I'm showing you the different colors again. So that's a little signature of Werner's paddles here, making it nice and efficient. It's also great for versatile use. And the paddle blade, here I'll show you from the side, is offset at 10 degrees. And that's also made for versatile use. So it's for the type of paddler that wants to do a little bit of everything, from surfing to fitness and yoga to recreational paddling or distance. You can do it all with that type of a blade offset. And so I'm going to come over here to my board, and I'm just going to show you how this paddle works with SUP yoga. Thanks, Dad. My dad is my cameraman. So this is what the paddle looks like in use. Nice and smooth entry and release. Try to stay still for you guys. Using this anchor.
Not there.
Huh?
Probably not there though.
Oh, it's too deep. How about if I move back? If it doesn't work, it's okay. It's not very windy anymore. So as I mentioned, I like to use the paddle for a prop. So I like to use it as a source of stability. For one, it's kind of like a crutch or another point of connection to your board. So for instance, you can come into chair position, holding on to the paddle, using it as an extra source of stability. And then also when I hold here, and I grip onto the paddle and send it forward and pull back, I get a really nice traction stretch. So all down my side body and my lats. So that's another way you can use it as a prop. And then when you advance, you can lift it overhead. So it gives you a little bit of resistance, taking away that stability source. Another way you can use it as a prop, and I don't have a hair tie for some reason, is in a twist. So I'll come into a lunge position. I'm going to pick the paddle up, base it next to my foot, walk my hand up the paddle shaft, and I'm going to hold on to it, and pressing down gently gives me leverage to get deeper into my twist. It's also giving me another source of stability as well. And then coming into a warrior one. So this one's a little bit challenging to learn at first, where extra stability is key. So bringing the paddle again in front of your foot. I'm going to literally walk my hands up the paddle shaft until my shoulders stack over my hips. So using this as a crutch. And then once I feel stable, I can release one hand. If I want a little more, I can take it all the way up overhead, or maybe even pull it back, once again using a little bit of leverage and weight to get into a deeper back bend, a nice shoulder opening. And then another one of my favorite uses for the paddle as a prop is in chest and shoulder openers. So you can reach the paddle overhead, bend your elbow so your hand comes behind your head, and then take your bottom hand and just pull the paddle gently toward the water. And that's going to give a nice stretch to the top arm tricep. And then you can switch sides. lat stretches, and chest openers. Open face grip, palm grip. Extend the arms, and bring your paddle up and overhead. So just using the paddle as a yoga strap. And lastly, I'll show you a little trick in boat pose for those of you that may have trouble holding it without collapsing in the spine. So in boat pose, we want to keep our spine nice and long. So a little trick is to grab onto your paddle, bring it in close to your hamstrings, bend your elbows so they come close to your ribs. So now we've really created a nice long spine using that leverage. Then we just simply rock back until our weight comes out of our feet. You can extend one or both legs into boat. If you feel yourself start to collapse, you can just pull yourself right back up. And again, if you want to advance, you just send the paddle away. So that shows you this Zen paddle in action, using it for SUP yoga. Again, it comes in those 3 beautiful colors, double-sided gradient. Show you another up close and personal view. Can you see that in the sun? And I thank you all very much for joining in, and to my dad for being my cameraman. And Dad, do you want to hand it back to me? Thank you. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that and got some tips. I put a link to Werner Paddles right on the description for this video. So click there. You'll find all the details and specs and things like that that you need to know. And enjoy your Monday evening. Have an awesome one. Happy paddling.